class what we have done? So today's class is on detection of acid radicals. Detection of acid radicals. Okay. So under this test, today I will perform the first test, that is test with dilute sulfuric acid. This is a part of qualitative analysis, that is qualitative inorganic analysis, salt analysis. Okay. So under this part, test with dilute sulfuric acid. Now in this test, which anions will respond? Now as it is a preliminary test, so here the observations is only that these anions may be present, as it is a dry test or preliminary test. So here the observation or for inference, that is the anions may be present. Here we may not write that the cations or anions are present and confirm. Here only the anions may be present. This will be our inference or conclusion. Okay. So test with dilute sulfuric acid. Now in that section, what anions respond? First of all, carbonates. Now I will show you how carbonates respond to this test. Sulfite, carbonates, sulfide, nitrite also respond to this test. Nitrite, Nitrite. Okay. So let's see first. So first of all, as I am writing here, carbonates. So one carbonate sample will be taken. Samples taken. Now the test with dilute H2SO4, that is we will add one mineral acid here. Now mineral acid, that is HCl, H2SO4, these are called mineral acids. Now you will see that the effervescence are coming out. Okay. This is the observation. This preliminary gives the idea that the anion may be present. Now you will look at the test tube. A vigorous reactions occurred here. You can see the bubbles of carbon dioxide, and also still now it is bubbling, as there is the salt at the bottom of the test tube. So it is the carbonates, and if the issuing gas is passed through the lime water, then the lime water turns milky due to the precipitation of calcium carbonate. Okay. Now just see the reaction, why this happens, that what is the bubbles. Suppose it is calcium carbonate plus H2SO4. So CaSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. This CO2 gas coming out in the form of bubble. Clear? Okay. So this is for carbonates. Next one, we will see that for sulfides. Now the observation for sulfide, it is identified by our nose, that is by smell, and also there is an observation that it turns the lead acetate. Okay, Now the issuing gas turns the lead acetate paper black. Now you will see that at first I will take one sample, that is one sulphide sample. Acid will be added and the H2S gas will evolve. H2S having a characteristic smell, that is rotten egg smell. These H2S when passed through one acetate sample, suppose lead acetate, then a black PPT is of lead sulphide is formed. Now I will show you the black PPT of that salt. So for this I will take here one sulphide sample, then I will add one mineral acid just to produce the sulphide, hydrogen sulphide gas. Board is not clear, but from here it is clear. Farhana, it is clear from here. Now is it clear? I think now is it clear? It is clear. You can see now? Okay. Okay, so sulphide sample is taken here. Now I will add one acid, that is mineral acid HCl or H2SO4. Okay. Now here as I have added dilute HCl, so one PPT as it contains the chlorine sulphide, so already the sulphide that is deposited. Now when I will add one acetate salt, now it is white in color, but when I will add here acetate salt, just check the color of that sample. Now this will changes to black as the temperature is very cold. Again I will show you the test for sulfide. Sample. You can see the effervescence of H2S gas. Now adding. You can see the black color PPT at the bottom. The black color PPT at the bottom. Okay. So this is due to the presence of lead sulfide. Okay, so this is for sulfide. So first one was carbonate, next one was sulfide. Next is that for sulfide. Okay, so how to test for sulfide? So when we adding mineral acid, then a gaseous, pungent smelling gas will evolve, and which turns the acidified dichromate paper green. Now what is the reason behind that? It will produce sulfur dioxide gas, that Na2SO3 plus H2SO4, Na2SO4 plus SO2 plus H2O. This SO2, as it's having oxidizing behavior, so it will oxidize the Cr2O7 to Cr2O3, this having green color. Okay, so second compound, as it's having green in color, so this green color will, you can see on the paper, that is acidified dichromate paper will converts to green due to the formation of Cr2O3 oxide. Okay, now the check for sulfide, just the effervescence will be observed. It is a preliminary test. Next we will move to the nitrite. Okay, now nitrite also, taking the sample in a dry test tube, dilute H2SO4 should be added. Just to check any gases are evolving or not, any color changes or not, etc. So for this I will take you, this test tube will be taken to near of the camera. You can see this, a change in the solution, and also a brown vapor is coming out. A brown vapor is coming out from the solution, and the solution color also changes. So here we have taken the salt of sodium nitrite, and here it's converted to one oxide of nitrogen. Okay, this is the color of the solution, and you can, the brown vapor you can see here. So this was the preliminary test by concentrated sulfuric acid keeps the halides, the nitrite and also the oxalate. So by test with dilute sulfuric acid, here the presence of the carbonates, the sulfide, the nitrite and the sulfide are found. But in case of test with constant H2SO4, here the halides. Okay. Now for halides, that is chloride, bromine, iodine, basically these three. But as the bromine vapor are very poisonous to us, as the bromine vapor is very poisonous to us, so this is generally this is not done or not given in your examination. And iodine sample also very valuable and um, very valuable content. So chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now let us see that how the color are found. So in case of chlorine, so I am taking here one chlorine sample. Now yes, this is the white color observed here. Okay, this is the white color. This is for chlorine. Chlorine will give a smell white fume, which you can see just a white, just like a white PPT. Now let us take it for bromine. So again for bromine, the solid sample will be taken in a dry test tube and concentrate H2SO4 should be given, and the bromine, the iodine vapor, this is of the purple color vapor will come out. Just see this. and if you add concentrate H2SO4, then here the vapor of iodine vapor will be evolved from that. Okay, so this is the dry test for the anions. Okay, so today we have tested for dilute H2SO4 and also the concentrate H2SO4. Now look at this. So this is the vapor. The color of the test tube is changed totally. Okay, it is a dense fume is formed. Okay, so these two tests is under dry test. Okay, so let's today up to this today's two tests, that is one dilute H2SO4 test, one concentrate H2SO4 test from qualitative analysis. Okay, thank you.